I want to say peace and blessings to everyone. Hope and pray all is well with you guys. Just wanted to do a quick live just to kind of keep you guys up to speed with what's going on in the news, not necessarily the politics, but if you want to call it that, so be it. But just wanted to bring some information to you guys that you may not be aware of, especially for our brothers and sisters that have moved to foreign territories, whether it's uh, going to Africa, wherever place you may have transitioned to, whether it's Africa, whether it's let's just say South America, property down there, Belize, whatever the case may be. Want to bring some important information to you guys to make you aware of. The first thing I want to bring to you guys' attention, if you guys may not know, is that Donald Trump's administration is working with Israel, trying to work with other countries, African countries, on, uh, sending the Palestinians to. So they are actually working right now to send the Palestinians, the displaced Palestinians, so to speak, sending them to African countries. Similar to what uh, Biden did for uh, the Arabs that was in Afghanistan. Remember how he came up with a plan and brought over 70,000 here to the United States, and then he worked with other countries to like Britain and other countries, the UK and other countries, to send them over to some of their territories too. But right now, he's currently working on, this administration is working with the Israelis with sending, um, you know, uh, Palestinians, displaced Palestinians, to Africa. So I thought I'd point that out. I want to give a shout out to the souls of our ancestor. I want to say peace and blessings to you, sis. Really appreciate you, and I know it's been a while since we connected, but I've been following you on Facebook and the things that you have going on. And I want to say congratulations with some of your accomplishments, and say congratulations to a few other things. I just don't want to say it here if you don't want me to put it out there. You know what I mean? But I saw it on Facebook and just really appreciate all that you do, and even some of the things that you brought to my attention. What was going on in Tennessee? So really appreciate you, and I'm doing great in the process of acquiring land, and so we're working on purchasing land right now. We should be closing out on it over the next couple of weeks. It's 17 acres, and I'll talk more about that this weekend. But nevertheless, family, I just want to say for you guys to be aware, that they are working with African countries, I mean, countries in Africa, to sending the Palestinians as far as uh, to there, the so-called displaced Palestinians there. So what does that mean? That means that the Israelis further their plans of to occupying the entire area. So we'll talk about that more. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about, to bring to you guys' attention, especially our brothers and sisters that are senior citizens, that you are, those that are receiving receiving Social Security, especially if you are traveling abroad, if you're over in Africa, if you're over in territories that are outside of the United States, whether it's in the Caribbeans, British, governed islands, whatever the case may be. I want to make sure you guys understand this. When you understand all the things that are happening with this administration, with all the cuts that it's making, of course, we know it's going to really keep the tax break that was created in 2017 for the 1%, but increase it, and they need to pull that money from somewhere to fund it, right? So all these different so-called government shutdowns and uh, firing government workers, there's a logic to it. So think about this. They cut 20,000 people from workers from Social Security, right? So that means that, you know, for those that are our senior citizens that are receiving Social Security, the time that it may take for you to get through to them has increased. Uh, maybe let's say, your average call time would be 20 minutes. Now you're looking at 2.5 hours, and that's done for a reason. Well, one of the things that I want to highlight, because I know that in this awakening, many, teach that we should not be aware of what's going on with the politics and all those things and stay separate from it, but we have to stay uh, familiar and be up to speed with what's going on. Daniel did. That's why Daniel went into his what they call Daniel's fast. But anyway, uh, this is what's happening. You have people, right, who are senior citizens that are living outside this country, right, that are living, let's just say, in other territories. They're finding out that their Social Security was cut. It was canceled, not cut, but canceled. It was terminated without any cause. And so uh, the thing that they found out, what was trying with the administration, far as through the Social Security office, was had placed on it, was assuming that they were illegal immigrants, right? That they were immigrants to this country. So any people that's outside this country, whether you're a citizen or not, guess what? If you're outside this country and you're receiving Social Security, stay on top of it, because don't be surprised if it gets cut, if it gets canceled. Because I came across some situations that I read about how a man, was calling up. He saw his Medicaid got canceled, so he contacted the office, and the office told him that they did not receive a check because he had his Medicaid expenses being paid through allotments directly to, from his Social Security directly to the Medicaid office. Well, the Medicaid said that, they stopped receiving their payments. So when he contacted the Social Security office, right, and this is happening more and more, they told him that he doesn't live in the country. He lives out of country, which he does, but he's a citizen. And they cut it. So, make a long story short, he has to go through so much red tape just to try to get his benefits restored. So, I want to say this to you, my brothers and sisters that are over in Africa. Stay on top of your business. As far as if you're receiving Social Security, make sure you stay on top of it. Be proactive. Hope and pray that you have loved ones here inside the States that you can contact to make sure that your benefits don't get canceled. Because the guy didn't know his stuff was canceled. And some of the other incidents that I saw, they didn't know it was canceled until like 2 or 3 months later. And then here's the kicker. Some of them, when they canceled it, they also took money out of their account. So I want to make sure you guys understand, for our brothers and sisters that is in international territories, living in international territories, but you are receiving Social Security. You may have a local bank that you're banking with, that's still connected to the United States, that you have your monies going into. Make sure you have someone that you can check and see. Make sure you are contacting your bank to make sure that your deposits are going through like it should. Be proactive, because now the wait time is 2 or 3 hours to give the impression that the Social Security system is not a good system. And truth be told, if you understand the history of Social Security, right, at one time it was over 80% of the senior citizens that was living in poverty, right? But through this Social Security system, they were able to flip that to make it so that way it was like 95% of the senior citizens not living in poverty, right? So that is a territory that is monies that this administration wants to get hands on, right? Because that's a lot of money. That's trillions of dollars. They get their hands on that and privatize that. Then guess what? Now they could put it on Wall Street. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not trying to get too deep into that, but I just want to warn you guys, especially those that have loved ones that are living in these international spaces, because my mother-in-law, she lives in international space. Don't want to say where she is, but she doesn't live in the country, and we're proactively making sure that her benefits don't get canceled, and if it gets canceled, we are able to respond immediately to it. And so I just wanted to give you guys this warning again. If you're receiving Social Security and you are outside of the country, you know, uh, there can be a possibility, a chance that your Social Security gets canceled because of placing you up under immigrants, right? Illegal immigrants, so to speak. And that's what's been happening to immigrants. I mean, not immigrants, to natural citizens, people that was born in this country, and also international territories that of the United States, whether it's military bases or whatever, they are experiencing the same problem. All right, born on a military base, let's just say in Korea, benefits got canceled because of what I just pointed out to you. All right, so I'm not going to talk to you, prolong this video any longer. I don't want to sound like I'm starting to get repetitive with what I'm saying, but I do want to say to you guys, listen with intelligence. Do not take the docile approach that you're not to be up to speed, abreast of what's going on. Whether you vote or don't, or you don't vote, that's irrelevant right now. But the important thing is you need to know what's going on in this government that's affecting you, whether you are in this country or if you decided to relocate outside of this country, especially if you are a senior citizen. And many, I want to say, it's a high percentage of those that have retired and receiving Social Security that have relocated to other territories, starting with Africa. So those are the ones that I'm really focusing on. Those are the ones that I really have a concern for. So with that being said, family, I'll say it again, family, listen with intelligence. We have to be proactive, not reactive. And this is what it means to be a watchman. So that way we can understand what's coming down the pike and we can communicate it effectively to our community. So again, my mother-in-law she lives outside of the United States. And guess what? I had to bring this to her attention. All right. I had to bring this to attention, bring it to my wife's attention, and we are proactively making sure that she's okay. All right. And should something happen, hey, we have a plan intact. I mean, plan not intact, plan in place, intact, that we can get her back here without any hesitation. All right. With that being said, love you, family. And, I'll do a live later this week from the property that we're looking to secure. And right now, everything is, our counter offers got accepted. Now we're going through the appraisal process and testing the land. You guys know how it goes when you're acquiring property, almost 18 acres of land. Just nothing on it right now. It's just all wooded area. And now we're looking forward to it. So with that being said, we'll keep you up to speed with that. But again, really appreciate you guys. Have a blessed remainder of the day. Shalom.